You're welcome back. It's time for the news, and here she is, Mama V. Good morning.
Good morning. The way you say here she is, like, you know.
Like the main event has arrived, right? But it's great to see you. I love what you're wearing, Mama V.
Thank you. This is special Benny's Abubedo design.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah.
Yes, Benny's got skills.
But
and
of course, it's because
headlines.
we're talking the World Cup today.
That's right.
World Cup moments every Friday here on the show.
That's right. And of course, you've also got the headlines for us this morning, haven't you?
Absolutely. And in our very first story, President Akufo-Addo and his colleague, Rwandan President Paul Kagame, are questioning the poor state of the African continent in the midst of abundant natural and human resources. The leaders are firm in their belief there should be urgent transition from poverty to prosperity, backed by some solid and workable plans. The two leaders and the Vice President of Cote d'Ivoire, as well as business leaders from the continent and the International Monetary Fund, are attending a two-day forum on Pan-African Coalition for Transformation. Here's Elton Bobe's report.
Issue of corruption, and we cannot avoid it whether we like it or not, vis-a-vis investment.
The Coalition for Transformation in Africa is a broad network of experts who join forces and work across sectors to drive policy and institutional reforms in support of transformation strategies. Addressing the gathering, President Akufo-Addo said his government is mindful of the challenges facing the Ghanaian and is working to restore the basics of the economy to ensure the needed growth and jobs are created.
There are fundamental things that are required of government to be able to assist in the process. Good governance, obviously, is the foundation. But we're looking at the management of the macroeconomy. We're looking at tax policy. We're looking at educational policy. How are you forming your skills? How are you developing the workforce that you need for the process of transformation? These are some of the key and most important priorities for government if it is going to make an important contribution. Here in Ghana, the efforts that we're making is, first of all, to sanitize a macroeconomy that was in considerable disarray at the time we took office nearly 18 months ago. And the indications are that the policies that have been put in place are achieving that purpose of a more robust macroeconomy. Inflation has been significantly weakened. Interest rates have begun slowly, much too slowly, to come down. This is an issue that I will come back to, the role of the banks in the process of transformation of our economies.
Rwandan President Paul Kagame, who is credited for transforming his war-torn country to economic success, wants leaders on the continent to harness the potential of the youth. Mr. Kagame, who is also chairman of the African Union, says there is no excuse for failure.
It's really clear, it's not just as if, it is a real fact that Africa has all kinds of resources required for us to be able to move, even move fast if we want to, and there is no excuse. In fact, we haven't found justification for saying that Africa has this abundance of all kinds of resources, whether human or natural resources, and so on and so forth, and yet continue to be poor decade after decade after decade, and discussions after discussions and discussions after discussions, and we go on like that. I don't find a good excuse for us to be like this. So
we move to Parliament now, and Vice Chairman of Parliament's Defence Committee, Collins Owusu-Amankwah, has hinted the committee will investigate how Kwesi Nyantakyi's statement to the police got leaked to the press. The former Ghana Football Association boss is being investigated for defrauding by false pretense after he was caught on video using the name of the president in a case of influence peddling. The Police Criminal Investigations Department was heavily criticized, particularly by the NDC minority in Parliament, who demanded the resignation of the CID boss when the statement leaked. Speaking to JoyNews, Ms. Owusu-Amankwah said the criticism by the minority was a ploy to divert attention from allegations that some NDC former appointees also took double salaries.
This is not the first time such a document has leaked. And even under the NDC, so many documents were leaked to the public. So their attitude smacks of, hypocrisy and double standard, which for me, it's not proper. I think they should give us a break.
Let me find out from you, would the committee be interested in also investigating how the information leaked? Is it possible?
Sure. This is a matter of, public interest. Definitely we're going to look into it. But to call for, the sacking of the CID, does not stand, and it's also not grounded in law. So what the minority is doing now, for me, is an act of obstructing police officer in execution of his or her duty. We should allow the CID, which is the investigative branch of the police service, to look into the matter and come out with their findings, rather than
competent enough to do that.
More than competent.
Does the minority question their competence?
Well, can somebody also say that the minority is doing this because the woman is the one superintending over this double salary saga, and therefore they don't want her to preside over that matter? So getting her off post will pave way for them to have their way out.
Well, in a related development, notice has been issued. It's been served that the meeting between government delegation and 3-member delegation from FIFA has been postponed till further notice. The postponement has become necessary as government continue to engage in very important comprehensive consultations with major stakeholders in the football industry. This government believes, according to the statement, will enable it satisfy all internal processes and consultation ahead of the meeting. The statement continues to say that nonetheless, government wishes to reiterate its willingness to engage the world body FIFA in dialogue, which would ultimately result in positive reforms that Ghanaians desire to see. Later on in our football conversation, we'll bring this up and do a proper analysis of it. But let's go over to the courts now. And state prosecutors have mounted strong opposition to a bail application by lawyers for CEO of the Advanced Body Sculpt Center, where the Deputy CEO of the National Entrepreneurship Innovation Program, Stacey Ofeidako, died. Prosecutors argue Dr. Obenyando, who is charged with the murder, may commit a similar offense if granted bail. The trial judge has set July 27 to deliver his ruling on the application. There's more in the following report.
Dr. Obenyando was granted bail by an Accra Circuit Court last 2 weeks. He was then charged with practicing medicine without a license and operating a medical facility unlawfully. His lawyers put in a plea for bail, saying he required urgent medical attention. Another case is now at the High Court, where Dr. Obenyando is charged with the murder of a Deputy Chief Executive Officer of the National Entrepreneurship Innovation Plan. Lawyers had repeated their bail application. His lawyer, Jonathan Jashu, told the court the doctor was willing to appear before it anytime he's needed. He further said the deceased public officer has been a regular patient at the facility since 2014. He maintained her last surgery at the facility was successful but died later during recovery. A state attorney, Ashong Okain, opposed the application, saying the doctor may commit a similar offense if he is granted bail. Trial Judge Justice Kofi Dogu adjourned hearing to July 27 to deliver his ruling.
And before we go, police at the Tesano Divisional Command have moved in to clear some vehicle dealers who unlawfully park cars in front of residences, subsequently creating congestion. Jacqueline Johnson-Quay was with the team and has come through with the following report.
The raid started around 12 p.m. Thursday and lasted for 2 hours. Moving in two groups with about 20 police personnel, the groups used two different routes, blocking any chance of escape by the car dealers, who the police say had unlawfully parked on one-lane street. Several unregistered vehicles were parked in front of residences waiting to be sold, with no parking signs stationed along the road. After several warnings by the MTTD of the Tesano Police Command, the patrol personnel moved in, seizing the unlawfully parked vehicles while towing others parked wrongly with their owners absent. Speaking to JoyNews, DSP Francis Abuaji, who led the operation, says efforts by the division to get the dealers to move away from the area have achieved no results.
I've been here for about 5 times to educate them the situation here or the problems here. Directly, we police, we have to ensure the sanity on this place. Purpose is to ensure the free flow of traffic. People will go to work, and when they are coming, they find it difficult to enter their own premises. As a police, we can't sit down. So today is the final day for them. I've been here for 5 times, grouping them and educate them about the law, but still they are still taking the law into their hands. That's why we see here this afternoon. With a good work from our police administration, we need to prove to the public that police, we are doing well.
He also mentioned steps the division was taking to ensure the dealers do not return.
We continue to be on them. We are going to, those arrested, we are going to put them before court to ensure the law.
And how free are residents going to be after this action?
I think they are going to be happy, because it will be very difficult for you to close from work, or you are going to work and you find it difficult to enter your own premises. Why should it be so? Here is residential area. Those who are selling cars, they have given them area for them to operate. So we see no reason why they should be here to sell cars.
A resident applauded the actions of the police.
Most of the time when you are using this stretch, you see that the cars are being parked and you have to slow down, and there's maybe there's a traffic on another way. You can use this one to become very fast for you, but the cars have been parked here, and at times it's worry. And even the people around has been put no parking here, but still they still park their car. And I believe the police are doing well to bring the cars out from.
Although this is not the first time the police has cleared the illegal garages off the street in Tesano, DSP Abuaji hopes this time they will not return. Jacqueline Johnson Quay's report for JoyNews.
And that's all in the news for now. We do have a lot more news, though. In a little bit, we'll be checking out what the newspapers are reporting, and of course touch base with the various online portals as well. Kojo and myself will be doing that. Kojo?
Yes, indeed. We'll be bringing you all of that in just a moment, right after these.
All right. It's also plus your comments, so keep sending your comment through via WhatsApp and regular text. Stay with us.